Today I want to show you the difference in pushing between UINavigationController and NavigationStack. On the left, I have an app built with UIKit, and on the right, an app built with SwiftUI. The code is very similar. What I do is I trigger pushing two different views, one after another without any delay. So let's see how the end result looks like. So on the UIKit version, when I click on push, I see the red view is pushed and right after yellow view is pushed as well. But if I do the same in SwiftUI, what will happen is we will get the yellow immediately. But if you go back, red one is also going to be there even though we didn't see it. This is the difference in SwiftUI's navigation stack. When you append two elements to the navigation path, one after another without any delay, it ignores the one in between while showing it, so it jumps to the last one immediately. But if you go back, you will have the chance to see what was before. But in a UINavigationController, as we just saw, we see the first push operation, and once it finishes, we see the next one. Okay, so now I want to show you some code, see what I'm actually doing. So in the UIKit version, what I do is whenever the button is pressed, I create two view controllers, one with the red color and another one with the yellow color, and I just push them. Like I push first one, and then right after that, I push the second without any delay. And in the SwiftUI version, I have a navigation stack with a navigation path, and whenever a button is pressed, I append the page 2 and then the page 3 to the navigation path. But as we just saw, although the code is similar, the page 3 was shown to the user directly. And yeah, as a navigation destination, I switch on the pushed type, and if it's a page 2, I show the red color. If it's page 3, I want to show the yellow. And the item is actually an enum to differentiate between different elements of the navigation destination. Okay, so that's actually the difference I wanted to show you, but I want to show you a potential bug that might happen with this, which actually happened to me. So I was building an onboarding flow, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put a navigation stack so I can show different pages, and below that I'm going to have a continue button that's always there, so user can just press on it. And I have the code here. So I have a navigation stack, and underneath I have a button. So whenever the button is pressed, I append the next element to the navigation path, and I also keep track of the current view, which is initially the page 1, and the button is pressed. If it's page 1, now it's going to be page 2, and then if it's page 2, now it's going to be page 3 after appending the element as well. But I will show you how this logic is going to break. So I will now run this view for you. I will change the view in the app here. So if I run it again, so first I'm just going to be pressing on continue slowly. So we first see onboarding view 1, then I press continue, now the 2 is pushed, and I continue, 3 is pushed, and now if I press continue, nothing happens because that's what's expected. This is the end. And as you can see, the toolbar is hidden, so you cannot go back because the onboarding flow is meant to be unidirectional. But now I'm going to show you what happens if I press it very fast. So imagine I am an impatient user and I just want to continue really fast through the onboarding to get started with the application. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I pressed the onboarding very fast, and what happened is I'm in onboarding 2 now and I cannot proceed more. So we can debug this actually. I have already a breakpoint here. So now if I press on button again, let's see what's going on. So the current view, you can print it, is actually already page 3. So my logic thinks it's page 3. Because what happened is, when I was pressing very fast, initial press triggered this code here. So we appended page 2, and that triggered the pushing animation and set current view to page 2. And then when the second tab came, this closure is triggered because it was page 2 already, and navigation path that append page 3 was called. But it happened while the page 2 push animation was in progress, right? And then we set the current view to page 3. That's why we see it as page 3 now. So what happens is, if we add an element to the navigation path, and then before the push animation finishes, we append another one that appending will be ignored. So we won't see that view. And we can also check the navigation path here. So as you can see, we have in the navigation path page 2 and also the page 3, even though it's not visible. So this broke my onboarding flow because of this additional issue that you cannot, if you append a new element while the push animation is happening for a previous element, that will not be pushed again. This broke my onboarding flow, and I implemented a hacky solution. Like I disabled the continue button after it's pressed for half a second, which was enough for the animation to finish. Then I enabled it again. But of course, it's not an ideal solution. So yeah, this is another issue that I experienced with the navigation path in the navigation stack. And I wanted to share it with you, which may be an edge case, which may not be something that you will experience a lot in your apps, but I think it's good to be aware of this so you don't end up with the buggy scenarios in your application. So yeah, let me know what you think about the navigation path behavior of the navigation stack. And yeah, I will see you next time.